So now it's happy, it's showing as error free, which is what we really want. And now I have to change that to debug mode, which is debug as debug configurations. I'm switching from C, C++ to debug operations. So and now here we have to change to example 3 because we're going to play with the third example. And also you need to link the ELF file from the third folder that we created inside the target. If you go to example 3 and if you go to debug, it will be down on example 3 def5.elf. That's what we want to link to, and link there, and make sure in the debugger you selected st-link and your output window enable. Once you've done that, click apply to make all the changes and click debug. So it's all set, and you can see the expressions, everything changed, which is all good. So if you want to remove all the breakpoints, all you have to do is do a right click here and remove all. This will remove all the breakpoints inside the program which you set earlier. Remember, we set 7 breakpoints and now it's all gone, so it's all empty. So now I'll show you what is a watch point and how you can set and keep watch points. You have to come to these 3 vertical dots, click on that brings you view menu, and go down, and there is an option called add watch point C. So click on that, and this will ask you what you want to watch. So before doing that, what is a watch point? Watch point is nothing but you creating a condition in your code and asking the IDE to watch for that particular code or that particular expression to check whether it behaves the way it's supposed to be. So in order to completely understand that, so I'm going to just include a small inclusion in the program, which you're going to see here on the main program. I'm going to, I'll cancel this. I will show this first. I'm going to include this variable for you to see. So I'm creating a variable called int data. Okay, so I created that variable and I leave everything as it is, and now I want to see what happens when my data gets read. And sorry, I think I might have clicked on a few buttons, so it's taking. Okay, it's data, so I'm going to make sure what it's going to happen at say after sum, printf sum. So I'm going to set my data condition here, data equals data plus 5. Okay, so I'm going to save this, and I'm going to include now in the menu, view menu, add watch point. It will ask me what to watch, and I will say yes, I want to watch my data, and you click data, and when data is written, apply and close. So you don't have to write any condition. So apply and close, and you come here and start to run your program step by step. So it executes step by step, it executes. I say now, and watch what happens when it comes to that watch point. So it executes line by line, line by line, line by line, line by line, line by line. As you can see, it also changes in the call stack as well, as you might have noticed there. So now comes the watch point that I just created. So it checks for the variables, it executes the next line, then it goes to the sum, it executes that line, and goes again to the next function, it executes again. So likewise it keeps adding on and keeps going until it hits the data that I created in closest to confuse you. So this is where I have written and saved. So we are in Project Explorer and debug. And run to show you what happens with the watch point now. So it start to execute. As you can see, the previous one it added the sub. Okay, the call stack, because it's been connected with the sub, it goes to the sub, and it comes to the sub, it goes to the printf, and it goes to the diff straight away, and it prints the value. The expression data until the condition that what you are given here, the condition, I will check whether I included the condition or not. So I'm going to remove that, remove, and to set watch point again. What I want to watch is data, and what the condition is data equals data plus 5. So apply and close. And full run. And terminating and rerun with the expression that I just set. So what it's supposed to do is it will execute line by line, line by line, and when it comes to that condition check, its watch point, it's also a breakpoint, but it's with conditions. You're going to set some conditions to check, and that's the difference between the breakpoint and the watch point. So example 3, debug. It's coming on to debug. Just one sec. Okay, it compiled and without any errors. That's a good sign. So now once it's completed 100% here, it will ask us to switch to debug, which will happen soon. So there, waiting for debugger connection. Yes. And then you ask it to switch. You switch. And then you just go and do a step by step run. Once the device that completes 100%, then it will be ready. Yeah, that's happy. Sorry. Okay. Sorry, I clicked too early, so I had to do again. Change to debug mode. Debug configuration. Make sure you're debugging sample 3, day 5. You click on debug. Yes. No link detected because I didn't choose, which is okay. If it says no ST link detected, you have to do it again. Go to program, right click the project, debug as, go to debug configurations, and go to the debug configuration window, choose example 3 and debug. This will take you to the debug window. And then switch to perspective, debug perspective, sorry. Waiting for the connection. 93%. Yes, it's loaded. And you remember we have set on line 51 the breakpoint, which is the watch point actually we set, and we given a condition. So when you on here, when you click the run, it will go exactly to that point. So click run, it will start. Resume. It goes to the next step and resume. I'll go to the next step. So what it actually does is it checks every time the condition of 17 and 3, and it will do that until it hits the watch time, which is the data, and it will stop at that time. That's the expression I've set. I'm going to remove that expression, remove all, set one more time. On the watch point, I want to watch my data, apply and close. Okay, so when you run, it goes directly to that point. So now, as you can see, before now I didn't set my breakpoint, so I was showing you the execution of the sum on the diff, but as soon as I hit a breakpoint with a condition that I want to monitor, the cursor immediately goes to the condition where I created the watch point, and it tells us, hey, you set a watch point and it's there. So it's just letting us know. It's like a reminder, if you like. So if you still keep running, then it will go to the next step. It will keep coming back to that because there is a watch point, so that gets the priority. So the ID won't do anything unless you change the data condition, and it will stop. So this is what watch point is. Breakpoint is to just halt the program, and if you want to do any inclusion or any changes, that's where breakpoint comes in handy. And also on a long 1500 lines, 2000 line codes, breakpoints really help because it takes you to that point, and you can analyze to that point and you can clarify. Watch points is where you create some conditions and try to match with the functionality, and you check that way. So this is how you do breakpoint and watch point settings. And that is for now with the project. So let's go back here. I have a few more things to show on this presentation. So that's the debug trace that you use to connect it there and change the right function. So this is where you have to change the ITM send, which you seen, and debugging options. So these are all the debugging options you learned: serial wire viewer, single stepping, stepping over, and stepping out. The breakpoints, disassembly, you learned about call stack, expression and variable windows, memory maps, browser, data watch points, SFR windows. I'll show you more about SFR windows when we go in depth into the other projects and other basic features of IDE. So you started with the importer, IOC editor, you went to see the browser, the hierarchy, and you see the brace navigation, which is nothing but the open loop and closed loop, and the call hierarchy, which is another form of call stack. And you clicked on SWV to check the output console window through your ports, which is that, and few of the different things where your SWV gives you options, and the build analyzer will show you so far what you build in the RAM, memory, and in the flash, which when we did the console window, there is another build analyzer that shows your memory locations, your memory regions, etc. The binary change. If you want to see the value of your variable value, you can go to radial and change this setting into binary, and you can see the binary change. And this is a data trace. So these are all the debug features. So in summary, what we learned today is to create and debug a project, and you learn how to include the debug trace. That's copying those pieces of code, put it into your syscall, and that's the debug trace that starts. And you learned about what is breakpoints, how to keep breakpoints, and how to set it. And as well, you learned about watch points, how to set watch point and how to keep it going. And you learned about how to view the value of the variables inside memory browser and what is a call stack. So that moves us to the next section, which is the mindset. As I said earlier, it's not only skill set that you need to develop, you also need to develop your mindset as well. So today's mindset lesson is about the word itself, the word, meaning what you're going to say that has a lot of power. The word, whatever word, it has dual personality. It can create a better thing or it can destroy completely. So the word, what you use, what you going to speak, think before you speak and monitor it, because once you thrown out the words, it can't be taken back, and it would hurt a lot of people. For instance, if you're talking to your parents and to your spouse or anyone, excuse me, that may hurt their feelings. So that's why before you speak, please think through and please see what you want to say. That's what basically is. And I would like you to record 100 small clips on your phone about I am affirmations, like I am really a confident person. That's an affirmation. I am able to do my exercise for today. That's an affirmation. I am able to avoid junk food. That is an affirmation. So like that, record 100 on your mobile phone and listen to them. Once you start to listen to your own voice, you know what you want to do, and that creates in your subconscious mind. You want to link, and it takes you further to get into that section and area where you can go and develop your attitude, and also it changes your thinking altogether. So this helps in a lot of areas. So please do that, and please post your recorded affirmation messages in our Facebook group so we can also learn from each other, and we will motivate and move on with that. So again, please don't forget to do the involvement that's related to mindset. Please write down your top 10 goals and write down top 10 ideas to achieve that goals of the top 10 goals. And please do spend at least 30 minutes to do some sort of activities, physical activity. It can be exercise or a gym workout, or you can go for a long walk. And also please do set yourself 15 minutes of prayer or meditation, and 10 minutes set aside to actually visualize that you actually achieved those goals. So spend 10 minutes on that, and spend another 10 minutes to plan for your day, for your next day, for the next week, etc. And 2 hours of learning a day, it's all you need for you to grasp, and you have to be more powerful in that learning from your lecture notes. And all these will be point system, so whatever, it doesn't matter how much you get, please post that in the group so we all know, and we will learn each other and we'll motivate each other. But the end goal is I would like everyone to hit 10 out of 10. So please follow this, and please be honest with whatever you're doing, and please post it in the Facebook group so we can also learn and go from there. And there are few goodies coming your way. There is a combo internship which you can get from ARM Cortex. There is a different series that's running up with has ARM beginner, intermediate, and advanced, and also there is a bundle combo that's coming up, which you can see all this. It's all coming your way soon. So stay tuned with us, and you'll hear from us about these lovely deals. And I once again say a big thank you to all of you who are here today, and I'm sure you are useful now, and you are more confident to use the IDE to do various things. And I thank you so much for your patience, and have a lovely break from your deserved screen. So go out there and enjoy the break. I will see you in the next class, and we will learn more about in deep about the next step in the Cortex M4 series. So thank you. It's Arul and Bakarasu signing off on behalf of A2DG. Bye for now, and it's Huru from me. I'll see you in the next lecture. Thank you.